Good morning and welcome back to the 2021 Tire Rack One Lap of America presented by Grassroots Motorsport Magazine. Today finds us at Summit Point main course. We're about to go out. We've got the first cars ready to roll, so enjoy the fun. Yep. Time the cars started.
So it is a bit chilly here at Summit this morning, probably mid-50s. Actually kind of nice after the past few days of the mid and high 80s for some of the competitors. We got the first run group headed out on track for their recon lap. We're going to try to get down here to start finish to bring you some of the action. Morning, Reg. How are you, sir? Morning, Ronnie. Hope you're doing well this morning. And we made it just in time. got the first run group out on the track. We've got Tomo in the ZR1, Alex in the S2K, Billy in the GT500, and Todd Treffert in the GT2 RS. And they are circulating the track. And matter of fact, here comes Tomo now to complete lap number 1 of 3 in the morning session. Tim, hopefully the deer stay behind the walls. And as Alex comes into frame. Billy completing his first lap as Todd Treffert makes it onto the front stretch.
Brock said we wouldn't need it, so.
Alex finishing up lap number 2 as Billy comes into frame in the GT500. Hard onto the brakes into turn 1. And here comes Todd in the GT2 RS. On their third and final lap of the morning session. And here comes Tomo into frame.
Looks fast.
Alex finishing up his third lap as Billy comes around the final corner here, using some rumple strip on the way out. And Todd across the line to finish his 3 laps. Final of the first run group.
Number 5, by 3.
Morning, Melissa. Yeah, look forward to seeing you at Ginger in the morning.
That's even better because it puts at least two guys in between us.
Yep. Morning. I'm good. How are you? Huh?
Are you recording?
No, it's not recording. We're going live.
Okay. Live, America.
I'll take care of it.
That's right. You're live, America.
You got your Magnum shirt.
All right. Here we have
Chris Mayfield.
run group number 2 coming up. The Mile High M3. Chris Mayfield at the wheel. Right behind him is Shaky Dog. And Chuck Beth in the GT2 RS. We've only got 3 cars in this run group this morning. Nope. Well, we've got 4 cars in the run group.
Good morning, sir.
Andy choosing not to go out and do a side-end lap. Well, Tim, Andy's had had some cooling issues, so I think he's not really wanting to overheat the engine. And here comes Chris in the Mile High M3, finishing up lap number 1. Melissa, less than 10, I believe. That Shaky Dog completes lap number 1. And here comes Chuck Veth in the GT2 RS. We'll be in about 30 more minutes. And I'll start shedding clothes.
Yeah. 2 miles. I think I've heard somewhere 2.001. Oh, okay.
All right. Here we got Chris Mayfield in the Mile High M3 coming by to trip the lights and finish his morning run. Followed by Shaky Dog getting way up on the curves at the exit of the last.
What you get from these guys?
That's the first group.
Okay.
Chuck across the line in the GT2 RS.
Huh?
And here comes
Yes.
Andy Hollis in the 720.
Thank you, sir. We got a number on that? I missed it.
3. Number is 3.
Station 3, your last car is 3 oranges.
Just say Earnhardt. Just say Earnhardt.
I think the Big Red Dodge is in the third session, third group.
Oh, they're not gonna let him run. He's not stocked.
Number 3 by 3.
Don't get me started.
How many times have you had that argument this week, David? So we got Ross in the GT3 RS. Maga in the GT500. Brandon in the TTRS. Dave Ogren in the GT3 RS. And yeah, I think that's going to be all in this run group. Melissa said, "It sure is. David is stocked."
100%. Stock, red eye, making 797 horsepower. All wrapped up in a beautiful 4,400-pound body.
Orange McLaren is in the pit.
So we got
It's cool sitting in the shade.
You should see the in-car videos of deer jumping across the road and those cars hitting them. It happens here a couple of times a year for us.
Wham!
Cannoli Manganoli getting a little heat in the tires, doing a little burnout there. And Chip displays the green flag for the first runner. And the green has been displayed for Ravioli Manganoli, and now the final car in the run group, Dave Ogren Jr.
Yeah,
2 miles in length. That makes laps here pretty quick, so the morning session, without issues, should go rather quickly. As I say that, here comes the GT3 RS of Mike Martin and Ross Bentley. Anthony getting the car a little sideways on exit there. Gathers it up nicely.
Close the gap a little bit.
Here comes Brandon in the TTRS. And Dave Ogburn in the GT3 RS. See now if Manganelli has pulled any more time out of the GT3. Looks like about the same gap as the last lap, maybe a little better.
Maybe half a second better.
He was definitely in full send mode there. Brandon behind the TTRS. David Ogburn by to complete his second lap. All the cars are on their third lap now. And with the track being only 2 miles, like I said, it makes for short, quick lap times. So we should be seeing the white GT3 coming around the final bend any second. And there he is. Anthony getting just a little squirrely off that final corner.
Ow, got me.
Brandon giving us a drive-by as he finishes his 3 laps. Luckily it was a black powder, so it's going to take him a while to reload. And Dave Ogburn across the line.
Take start 3, 17 blue, last car.
No, there's really no official list. So in just a few seconds, we should be seeing the next run group coming out.
17 blue by 3.
Thank you, gentlemen. You got your magnet shirt on today.
Got the Bandit Turbo S going out first, followed by the Hennessy ZL1. Followed by the SRT Charger. And the GT2 RS.
500 left car. Ready.
And to finish out group number 4, we've got the electric Corvette that you never hear. One of the questionable cars that may have been a little bit over the limits at AMP yesterday. I think the winner yesterday was 109.7 dB, which is a bit on the loud side. So we've got the run group coming up to start finish. We got the Bandit Turbo S. Not sure. Looks like Scott's at the wheel this morning.
Let's go, Scott!
Sounds familiar. I think I've heard of it.
Melissa, I think it was 102.
Yeah.
Oh, was it 90? Oh, it was 97. That's right. Jim, I think you're right. I think it is 97. Ken, Chris probably be in another 2 to 3 groups, I would guess.
Is that our noise violator from
That's one of
from
them.
Atlanta? Those darn LS engines.
Well, Melissa, they sort of did, but didn't. It was kind of asking nice, and we complied as Scotty Coors goes by. For those of you viewing and not knowing it, Melissa Carr, who's been watching and commenting all week, the driver of the red SRT Charger has the extreme pleasure of being married to Melissa. And she has allowed him to come out for the last several years and do this event with us. Scotty C by finishing lap number 2. Followed by the ZL1. comes David in the Charger. And the GT2 RS. We're just waiting on the vet to come around to finish his second of 3 laps. So the entire group is on their 3rd lap now as Scott Coors comes around the last corner in the Bandit Turbo S and across the line, followed by the ZL1, who appears to have chewed a little bit of time out of that buffer zone, and he is across.
Was that last start?
Checkered flag is out.
And David getting a little loose there out of the last corner. Across the line, followed closely by the GT2 RS. The GT2 was given it, had it on the full bean setting on that last lap. We're just awaiting the vet, and there he is.
If I can get out.
Just push your way through.
Excuse me.
Okay, next group heading out, got the Green Machine Camaro, followed by Pork Chop. The first of our 3 Teslas. There's the Team PGR. Our second Tesla. And who is going to be our 5th car? Looks like Mark Thompson in the Check 6 garage system.
That's right.
We got everybody circulating around on their recon lap. We should see the Camaro here in just a few seconds. Everybody getting up to the line. Looks like our 2 Teslas have switched positions during the recon lap. Oh no, they're the, okay, I'm sorry, they have the same logo. Good. Pork Chop away on his first of 3 laps. Hold your ears, kid. This one's going to be loud. Yes, Reg, they have not taken the roof rack off of Pork Chop all week. And Mark is down and away. And I hear the bright green Camaro coming around the last corner. Not nearly using as much curbing on the outside as some of the other cars have used earlier this morning. We got Pork Chop coming down the front straight. Reg, the first 2 Teslas are Thunderbolt and Lightning. What about Mike and Leah's Tesla? Like the way you think, Reg. That's pretty clever. So we got everybody finished with their first 2 laps and on the last. And as we say that, here comes the Kermit the Frog Camaro. Pork Chop getting way out on the curbs. So we'll call the first Tesla Lightning. And then here comes Thunderbolt, as Reg has so pinned. And Mark Thompson in the GTR, completing this run group.
Copy. Control to Station 3. 1-4 white is your last. white by 3.
We got Kirk in the GR Supra heading out, followed by James Hodges in the Killer Whale. Next we've got the Wahoo C8. Second Supra. And here's Big Chris. Showboating a little bit out of the pit lane, beginning his recon lap.
R1 Polo white. Sit out. Check. You good with 6 in the next group? Yeah, I think that'll be good.
And here comes Kirk down the front stretch, trying to get a little bit more heat in those tires. And overhearing race control, looks like we're going to go to 6 cars in the next group.
That was your co-pilot's fault. He was asleep on the job.
No, he did the requisite.
And we're just awaiting Big Chris to
Hopefully just in time.
grid up.
We went to full brown.
And Kirk is away on his first of 3 laps. Hodges awaiting the green flag from Chip. Big Chris away in his GT2.
Son still have yours? Did you end up selling it?
No, it still has it. I think
And here comes Kirk in the GR Supra, completing lap number 1. Followed by Hodges in the Killer Whale.
Well, I noticed those cars.
Super by completing lap number 1, and here comes Big Chris. Kirk here in the next couple of seconds coming around. And there he is. Cars now have a nice little tailwind on the front stretch as Hodges zips by.
Which one, the RF or what? The RF. Just occasionally beeps on me. Oh, I just gotta make sure that it's not.
Looks like the gray Supra is taking some time out of the differential between he and the C8. About the same gap as last lap between the Supra and Big Chris. As they complete lap number 2, and they are all circulating on their third and final lap of the morning session. And Kirk takes the checkered. Hodge is getting a little bit loose there in that final corner. And here comes the C8. He should be followed closely by the Supra, which he's coming into shot now. And then Big Chris ought to be coming into frame about the time the Supra passes, which here he comes now.
Copy that. Control station 325, moving your lap.
So we should have the next group coming out on track right now, and there they are. We got the Boxster with, looks like Eric at the wheel this morning, and the Michelin North America BMW. Another of our mini Porsches in the field. Chris Porter in the LS powered Corvette. With Chen in the BMW. And it looks like we're only going to have 5 cars in that run group instead of 6 as they were speaking of. scrubbing the tires a little bit, getting just as much heat as possible. Looks like we're going to have a little pause in the action. They need to adjust the timing lights. May have had just a little hiccup, and we'll blame that on Chip breaking the timing equipment. So all that heat that they've put into the tires on their Recon lap is quickly going away. Looks like the issue is fixed, hopefully, and we're getting ready to get underway.
Otherwise ready?
Okay, good.
All right, so we are ready to go.
Green flag.
Boxer is away. We have everybody away in this run group now, and we should be seeing the Boxster here in just a few seconds. Said this track is just a tick over 2 miles, so laps will click off pretty fast. And as I say that, here comes the Boxster. Mr. Bibb finishing up his first of 3 laps. Boxster and the Michelin BMW getting out ahead of the field a bit. Chris Porter in the 944. All of the cars now on their final lap of this run session. Here comes the Boxster around the final corner, up the main straight. But they did not have as much of a tailwind on that lap as the previous lap. Morning, Nick. Thanks for joining us. Corvette by finishing up his 3 laps. And our final car of the group. Nick, I'm not really sure, since there are going to be no spectators at the tire rack on Saturday morning, so I'm not really sure if there's going to be any smoke shows going on. So now we've got the next run group getting ready to come out on track. We'll see if there's 5 or 6 cars. And we got Leah in the Westinghouse Tesla. Steve Baxter in the M4. Bill Morton in his C8. Chris Allen in his Mustang GT, and Jenna Wagner in her GTI. You know what, Reg? I don't know, especially since the hotel has now changed hands and is no longer the Waterford. Not sure how keen they would be on that. And we definitely don't want to upset the property. No, Nick, we don't have any Lamborghinis last year. We had in 19. We had the husband and the wife from Colorado that brought their Huracan Performante, but we don't have any this year. Oh yeah, the Greenbrier would be awesome to host the event at. Just as long as they let me go down and tour the bunker. I think that would be the biggest draw for me wanting to go to the Greenbrier, and maybe get a round of golf in as well. So we've got cars coming up to the starting grid. Looks like Bill and Chris have swapped starting positions. And we're just waiting on Jenna to roll up, which here she comes now. And Chip's got the okay that timing's ready, so he's getting ready to turn Leah loose. And she is gone.
Oh, yeah.
Chris away in his Mustang GT. Bill away in the C8. And Jenna ready to take the green. And now, all 6 cars out on track. And as Jenna goes through turn 1, here comes Leah out onto the main straight.
We have a gentleman who's on the other side of the fence, on the inside of P4, on the carousel side, and he does not have an orange vest on, and he's taking pictures.
Baxter by in the M4 as Chris Allen comes around. I don't know, Reg, that's pretty loud.
Oh, yeah.
Bill by in the C8, and here comes Jenna. Leah by finishing her second lap.
Edwin, to control. Yes, sir, Edwin. I happen to be in the area, and I have that personnel back behind me. Copy direct. Copy direct.
Nick, it's probably almost up to 50 so far this morning. It's a chilly morning, but not as warm as we've had the past few days.
I'm attached to all Lotuses now around the country.
And here comes Leah about to take the checkered, finishing up her morning session. Oh, we may see a pass, Reg. I think Chris and the Mustang is going to get by Mr. Baxter in the M4. Well, maybe not. We might see it here, but no, I don't think he's going to have enough time. One more lap and he would have gotten the pass done. But pretty close. So now we're just awaiting Bill Morton in his C8 and Jenna in the GTI. Here comes Bill right here.
She'll see him.
Bill is by, as is Jenna.
Control start at 551.
Copy, control station 3, 55 waiting for that.
Well, yes, he's going to be out in probably 3 more.
You originally from the area close by?
No, I'm originally from California.
Oh, okay. A bit of a climate change here.
It is.
And culture change.
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't want to cut it like that. He wants me to build
You get out here and do track days, practice?
55 waiting, 53.
I do it all.
Do it all, that's good. Teach you how the bars go.
So now we're getting ready for the next group since cars have gotten to a safe spot. There's our remaining Focus RS in the field and the little Turbo Civic. Followed by the WRX. Not sure if Bucky's at the wheel or his co-driver. Looked like Scott at the wheel of the Robertson Racing Miata. Brownie in the Camry.
Actually racing.
And Mr. Tire Shredder himself, Randy Pope, in the Cayenne.
Showroom's picked me up. And it's foam stock 1996
And it kind of keeps the cost
Yeah,
down.
but it's
Yeah, Reg, I agree. I think she was catching up with Bill a bit.
What's up?
66, 69, 28, 64, 88.
Oh yeah. I got tires and brake pads on it. That's it. You can rip it like it's a real track car. Oval, it's like on its side.
So we got everybody out on their recon lap. We should be seeing the field come around the final corner here in just a moment.
We'll work for track time.
And as we'll say that, here comes the Focus RS.
I run a couple of track programs for SCCA. Oh, do you? Yeah. So I worked at Baylor. I volunteer time.
Yeah.
We got everybody coming up to the grid.
The only track that none of us on our crew did was yeah, not that. All the rest
Just waiting on Mr. Popes to get up to the line. And a Focus RS down and away. Nick, luckily this year we haven't had any bad on-track incidents. We've had a few offs where there's been a little bit of body damage, but no accidents on the track really. One of the Focus RSs coming into Atlanta was involved in an incident. I believe it was actually a hit and run, so it wasn't the fault of the competitors on the transit leg. But other than that, it's been as always, a safe event this year. Brownie away in the Toyota PE Motorsports Camry, and Mr. Post awaiting the green. He's got the green from the chip, and he is away.
We get up to Bid, Ohio.
And as Randy gets to turn one, here comes the Focus RS around the final corner.
Really looking forward to going back to Nelson. I haven't been there since the track closed.
Scott by the Robertson Racing
I don't. My son has.
Miata.
Is that the laydown time?
No.
And here comes Brownie in the Camry.
I watched a couple of those guys get their feet back.
Ryan, the fast cars have already gone off for the morning session, so they will be back out this afternoon after our lunch break. And here comes Randy Post in the Cayenne, hauling the mail. And here comes the Focus, finishing his second lap. Followed by the Civic SI. Team Subaru Yokohama sponsored WRX.
It is.
Ryan, Randy's doing what Randy does. He's still doing a lot of
Yeah, I listened.
car testing, and
1969, and they
you see him about every 2 weeks on Ed Bolian's VinWiki channel on YouTube, telling some of his hilarious stories.
Been back a couple times.
And getting rides whenever he can. I saw Randy about 3 weeks ago down at Champ Car at Daytona, and got to talk with him briefly. And he was really looking forward to coming and doing the event.
I found a place for 15 minutes.
So the
2 hours.
front end of the field actually tightened up fairly well between the first three cars, the Focus RS, the Civic, and the Subaru. Really tightened their gaps up. And here comes Scott in the Robertson Racing Miata. Brownie across.
But I live 15 minutes.
And we're just awaiting
just over
Randy in the Cayenne, which he should be coming into frame any second to finish his third lap.
4.5 hours.
Yep, and here he comes.
Oh yeah. I was in South. They did call. We have. We've actually got.
And Randy concludes this run
Last car
session.
checker.
Breaking the ice into the belt.
That was last car checker, 21.
And the last car is going to checker the one we break.
That was car number
breaks the channel into McMillan of Sound.
Yeah. Your last car.
That's a run.
I mean, I don't like filling in. Don't get me wrong.
Currently, we've got a boat in the Black Sea.
Do you?
Yeah.
It was a huge thing.
Supporting
Yeah, Ryan, champ car.
Those icebreakers,
Kind of like chump car, but just one letter different.
120.
Yeah, we had down last month at Champ Car, a 14-hour race. They had 124 cars take the green flag.
I love my time. I was on an icebreaker.
It's crazy seeing that many cars on track at once.
2.5 inches.
Well, the blue Corvette that'll be out later, right over Dead Alley.
The next run group out on track, we got the Shelby from the great state of Georgia. Ben at the wheel. Matt and his Mustang. Jim Bob out on track. Steve, no, we do not have live timing and scoring as the double nickel Fiesta ST gets on the track.
Oh, it was a duck.
So we got this group out on track. We're doing their side-in lap. We should be getting them around onto the front stretch here directly.
Control 1, new flag. Go ahead, 1. Hey, somebody dropped a part. Looks like a plastic tube of some kind. Driver is right. It's very light. It's floating around out there. If you want me to go surface, I'll be glad to do so. Actually, if it's just floating around, I'm sure the wind will catch it here within a matter of a lap or two. If it does still remain there
He was
most
on
time,
track.
grab
He
it
just
on your
flew
way
out of
in.
high grass right as he was coming up on
Copy
the
that.
thing. It didn't feel a thing. Of course. I mean, I'd like to. My brother's old yeah.
Ryan,
He felt the same thing. Apparently. Pulled in.
the
All stations, we just had a silver Corvette 4.3 come in. Let me know if you see anything on your surface, possibly.
the way that the cars and teams go out is based on one of the run groups earlier in the week. And then as the event progresses, if other cars are faster, they can kind of gentlemen's agreements, kind of switch around the run order a bit. We're waiting on Jim Bob to get away on his 3 laps. just awaiting the Fiesta ST to take off. Double nickel. And he is down and away.
What are those, diesel electric then?
Yeah.
I'm gonna change positions here because it's gotten to be a bit loud with all the talking. Glad to see you this morning. Figured you guys would have gone home after the conversation that I had yesterday. Okay. We're in a little bit sunnier spot now and quieter as Matt heads by, completing his first lap. Jim in the Corvette. And the Fiesta running by, finishing his first of 3 laps. Steve, I am not sure if he fixed the issue or if he's bypassing it again. I've got a feeling that he's probably doing the bypass again this morning because he did not do a recon lap when he went out with his run group. He let the field come by and then he just rolled out from pit road and tucked in at the back of his group. So I would think that he is doing the bypass on that radiator. Yeah, Ryan, I will probably do some of the afternoon session from over there on the backside in that area. Ben taking the checker to finish his morning session. His Mustang, Jim Roberts in the Jim Bob Corvette. That car's still running quite well after running over a dead gator in the road in Louisiana the other night. He said he couldn't dodge it, so he jumped it. And the final car of the run group getting ready to take the checkered, the Double Nickel Racing Fiesta ST. Yes, Ryan, there was a dead gator in the road in Louisiana, and he could not avoid it, so they went over it. Yep, he jumped it. Instead of jumping the shark, he jumped the gator. I think it was a small gator. If it had been a large gator, there may not be any more Corvette left. We will see if we can wrangle Jim Bob up to possibly tell the gator story. And Justin leaving pit road in the 8.6. Another one of the many Camaros in the field. And the bright yellow Saleen. Nice little mix in this run group. With one lap, not with the track. This is my 9th one lap this year. Would have been number 10 if COVID hadn't happened. But if COVID would have happened, we would have been in another track today and not Summit Point, because we are running the route that was planned for last year. So I hear Justin coming out on the front stretch, finishing out his recon lap, getting the car slowed down, ready to get up to Chip at the starter stand to begin his morning session. The Saleen allowing the Camaro by. So it looks like we're going to have 8.6 Camaro, Mustang, TT, and C7 Corvette in this run group. Justin down and away. That 8.6 was entered by the Toyota PE Motorsports team out of Kentucky. They've campaigned that car here for several years. It's been a little testing platform for them. It's a Cosworth powered 8.6. Saleen down and away. Ryan, when they start at this, when they do the standing start, when they trip the lights, they are timed for 3 laps, and they are scored cumulatively on those 3 laps. And the Corvette is down and away. In the next few seconds, we should see Justin coming around the final corner here and into frame. And there is Justin in the 8.6. And my statistician for the week just popped up the link for timing and scoring. Thank you, Tim. Tim is a long-time one-lapper, but he is across the pond this year. And unable to be with us. How many one laps have you done now, Tim? Quite a few, I believe. Six plus one-ish. And here comes Justin on the completion of his second lap. And Tim, how many times have you won the All Remaining Cars award? Looks like we've had a pass on track. One of the Camaros getting around the other, and here comes the Saleen. So Tim is a three-time winner of the All Remaining Cars award that's given out at the banquet, the ending banquet of the one lap. Looks like Mike must be at Big Mike must be at the wheel of the Corvette this morning. He's gotten around the Audi TT. As Justin comes onto the main straight to take the checkered flag to finish his morning session. Camaro number 1, Camaro number 2, the Saleen. Yeah, Ryan, it is kind of run what you brung when it comes to one lap. Pretty much the only true rule is buying your tires from the tire rack, and them being at least a 200 tread wear car, a 200 tread wear tire, sorry. Steve, most of the time when there is a pass, it is a point buy. Everybody here is of the same mindset that the thing to do is to finish the event, get back to South Bend safely. So most of the time when there is a pass, it is always a point buy. And a lot of times if you've got a faster car, they will actually swap positions before they take the green flag. If you know that you've got a faster car behind you that can make up the spacing at the green flag, which is usually, depending on the track size, anywhere from 10 to 15 seconds, they'll actually swap positions before they take the green. Well, we got Bob and Ted's Excellent Adventure headed out on track, followed by Amanda Hennessy in the HHR SS, Uncle Howard in the Corvette, Uncle Howard's 27th consecutive one lap. And looks like Old Man Steve in our second of 2 S2Ks in the event. Oh yeah, thanks for adding that. I forgot, Tim. This isn't do the 2 sessions and load the car up on a trailer and drive to the next track. You have to drive the car from track to track on that same set of tires. Yes, that was not Brad. Ryan, you are correct. Old Man Steve is at the wheel. The car is also being driven by Josh Pashas, who prepped the car, and Eric Cullens. And tonight will be our longest transit, just about just around 600 miles to up to Gingerman in South Haven, Michigan. And then tomorrow's transit will be the shortest. It'll be less than 70 miles from Gingerman back to South Bend to our host hotel and the Friday night parking lot party. Some of the cars will still will run race fuel at the track. Some of them still just run whatever gas that they whatever fuel they normally run. Mike, I have not seen Ben and Dan this morning at all. So I'm not sure if they have gotten here or not. Like I said, they've not been out on track. So I'm not sure of their status at the moment. All right, the Bob and Ted car is away. And once he gets down to almost to turn 1, Chip will release Amanda, as is happening now. Old Man Steve getting ready to get the green. As soon as Amanda goes through 1, which she has, Steve's away. Uncle Howard receiving the green. Yeah, and that's a shame because Ben and Dan have been a staple here at One Lap every year. Always great to catch up with them, either at the hotel at the beginning and the end of the event, or during the week at the track. This is definitely a very tight-knit family, and once you do the event, you are and get your lapdog status, you are definitely a member of the family, and every year it's just one great big old week-long family reunion. As the vet comes by, completing lap number 1. And here comes Amanda onto the front straight. She finishes her first lap. And Old Man Steve by finishing lap number 1. Yeah, Mike, Tim keeps up with the private drivers Facebook group. Keeps everybody in the loop. during the transit drives, I've not been able to peruse the pages much, and have to rely on my co-driver to fill me in on things that he comes across. Last night it was pretty much just us and other teams reporting highway patrol on the roads, especially in Virginia. They were out in full force last night. And it's great that we have that private driver's page so that everybody can report any issues on the roads, which worked out really good on our transit up from New Orleans a couple of nights ago through all the storms. And yesterday, going north of Charlotte up past Lake Norman, somebody gave the word to use the express lanes on I-77 North, and we were able to avoid a very large backup that would have probably cost us 45 minutes to an hour, and we just zipped by on the express lanes and were able to skip every bit of it. Looks like the S2K has made a pass on Uncle Howard. Uncle Howard, being the true gentleman and professional that he is, I'm sure gave a point by at a safe spot on the track as Bob and Ted's Excellent Adventure Corvette comes by and takes the checkered flag to finish up his morning run session. Amanda Hennessy flashes by, take the checkered, as old man Steve had, looks like, pulled a good bit of time out of the differential between he and Amanda. Just awaiting a couple of more cars to finish up this run group. We've got the S2K here. And there's Uncle Howard. Mike, the Super S2K is just pretty much a big science experiment. They run a lot of grid life and time attack with that car. And 2 years ago was the first time that they brought that car out to one lap. And it's an absolute monster. And of course, Tim has all the specs on that car, as he always does, being the super one-lap nerd that he is. Yeah, the Elizabeth, the 964 should be going out in this run group. I believe this is going to be our final run group of the morning session. And as I say that, let me get over here and you can see the 964. Which is a lot of the P-car purists will not agree, but I think the 964 is the most beautiful 911 that Porsche ever released. I've always loved that car. So we've got the final run group of the morning session out on track.
Handle 750. So then we start talking about, okay, well, let's upgrade. I mean, at that point, it was just really about, going through the boat. So now we're talking about, okay, well, what will we do that when we decide to make the next upgrade, I'll have to spend it on that. We were going to the tail for the one to put on the hard. Then we got to talk to the tuner, and the tuner said, no, boys, y'all use that car. That's not the way it goes. If you run out of juice about halfway down the straightaway, because you look at Road America, some of the ones that were, he said the straightaways are just too long for a kid.
So we've got the final group pulling away from the start-finish line.
Well, nah. Are you there yet? Nah. When you got all how did you bought? Because you don't know. No, nothing.
The 964 getting ready to take the green from Chip, and he is down and away.
No. My story on that is we had the Jetta TDI, and when Volkswagen had their Dieselgate, we sold the Jetta back to Volkswagen. And so you're counting money for that? Yeah. That's not how you do that. No, the CPA's not doing that. I'm counting that. But what I was able to do was I was able to take all of the racing stuff off of that car and put it on this car because they're both Mark V Volkswagen. So we literally took both cars in the last 2 years. So actually the first year we ran stopped.
So we got the cars out on track, beginning their first lap. We should see the first car coming through, and as I say that, it is coming around the final corner onto the front stretch.
Oh, I know you're already there anyway. You guys are
964 should be the next one coming through, and it is. Looks like we've actually got a few spectators out here at Summit this morning, along with our great corner workers, all volunteers. Couldn't put on this event without the generosity of the corner workers at all of our tracks. And the 964 coming around to finish his second lap. Ryan, if you're going to come out after this first run group finishes, we'll probably take about an hour break to let the corner workers come off the track and get a bite to eat. And I think after about an hour or so, we'll get back to the afternoon session, which for the broadcast will be an abbreviated session because we've got to get on the road and start making that short little 600-mile drive to Gingerman for tomorrow. It'll be the last track day of the event for this year. It seems like every year this event goes by faster and faster. And then we just begin the 51-week wait until we all come back to South Bend for the 2022 One Lap of America as the first two cars of the run group finish. Ryan, all the fast cars will go out in the first. The fastest cars will be in the first three run groups. So, as the 964 streaks by to take the checkered. Let's see, it's almost 10:30 now. I've got a feeling that we will probably go back out between 11:30 and 12. No Ferraris this year. We've got the McLaren 720S, but we also have three 991.2 GT2 RSs. We've got an older, I believe, 997 GT2. R35, but we've got a good many very quick cars. So, and, guys, with that is the last run group of the morning session, and concludes the morning session. And after lunch, we have been watching our broadcast of the 2021 Tire Rack One Lap of America, presented by Grassroots Motorsports Magazine from a chilly, windy Summit Point Raceway. And we'll see you for the afternoon session between 11:30 and 12. I'm thinking probably closer to 12 p.m. So until then, we will see you guys later.